properties at the beginning of your notes, you'll have to memorize by Thursday. But we'll do them so much you'll have them memorized. But if not, make sure you do. There's product property, quotient property, power property. Let's start with product. Product means what? Yes, multiplying. So anytime you have a log and you have the same base but two things are being multiplied together, you can expand that logarithm using this property. And the property is you can rewrite this as log, same base, x of a plus log x of b. So think product and addition go together. Multiplying and adding go together. This is the condensed version because it's just one logarithm. This is the expanded version, and you can write that above here. Expanded because it has two logarithms instead of one. Alright, quotient means what? Good. So think about our first property we talked about. If multiply and adding go together, what do you think goes with division? Subtraction. Good. So you can rewrite a single logarithm like this if it's being divided as log xa minus log xb. And then the last one is power property. When you think power, you think what? Exponent. Good. So if you have a log with an exponent, you can rewrite this exponent out front of the logarithm. Just the exponent. So you'd rewrite it as p times log x of a.
When we do p times log, do you want to put the p in front?
Nope, you don't have to. So I'm going to cover this up and look up here at me. What goes with power property? Addition. Good. What goes with quotient? Subtraction. Power property means you can move the what? Exponent. Let's try it again. Power property, you can move the what? Power property. Oh, sorry, I just said products property. Addition. Quotient. Good. All right. So the first one we're going to do is they give us two logarithms, which means it looks like this. It's an expanded version, and we have to create a single logarithm. So they're giving us this. We're going to go backwards. This one has a subtraction sign, so that's dealing with what property? Quotient. So we are going to rewrite this as one single logarithm. Does the base change? That 3 change? Nope. But the 20 and the 4 I can write as what? 20 divided by 4. Very good. So the number that comes first is always our numerator. And we know 20 divided by 4 is the same thing as 5. Very good. So we just took two logarithms and wrote them as one logarithm. That's all they're wanting us to do. Let's do number 3 together, and then I'll come back and we'll do number 2 together. Oh, last thing. Do y'all remember how to evaluate logs from y'all's tests before spring break? Like, for example, if I were to write log, don't write this down. What is log 9 of 81? 2, because 9 squared is 81. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Can we evaluate log 3 of 5? No. Somebody tell me why. Very good. Can't raise 3 to a power to get 5, so we'll just leave it like that. But if there was one, like log 9 of 81, I want y'all to rewrite that as 2. Alright. Number 3, Cordell, tell me one one property we're going to use.
Product.
And how do you know that?
Addition.
Thank you. Alright, Brayden, what's another one we're going to use?
Power.
Good, and what told you that?
The 3 in the front.
Not the 3 in the front. This is just number 3, I'm sorry. The 4 in the front. Very good. This means product. Or excuse me, power. What am I doing? And Ashton, is there any more properties going on? Because of the what? Very good. Alright, so when we are going from expanded to single, and how do we know this is expanded? Y'all remember? Because there's more than one, right? So anytime we're going from expanded to single logarithm, you always want to do the power property first. Power first. So we're going to start by moving this 4 where? Where are we going to move it? If it's already out front like this one, where can we replace that p? We can make it the what? Exponent. Very good. So we're going to rewrite this one as log 4 2 to the what power? Very good. And I'm going to write the rest of it, plus log 4 4 minus log 4 16. From here, it really doesn't matter which one we do first. I just like to go from left to right because that's which way y'all read and that's which way y'all are used to. So the plus sign indicates we're going to do what to these two numbers right here? Yes. So we got log 4. What is 2 to the 4th power? Quick, quick. 16. Good. So what is 16 times 4? Very good. And again, how did I get 64? What did I do? Yes. This is the product property, which means I can multiply these two, which I did. Now I can use what property? Good. So I'd rewrite it as log 4 of over, which is what? Alright. Can I just leave it as log 4 of 4? Because that's the same thing as what? Very good. Because 4 to the 1st power is 4. Now, we could have went ahead and evaluated these here. So let me show you. 2 to the 4th you said was 16, right? So log 4 of 16 would be 2, correct? And then log 4 of 4 is 1, so 2 plus 1 is 3, minus this 2 would be 1. So you could evaluate them right here if you wanted to. Does that make sense? Go ahead and try number 2 on your own. And since you're in groups, you can compare your work. Just make sure y'all are working, not talking about prom and spring break and all this kind of stuff. Let's go over this one. Ariana, tell me one property that you saw. And what told you that it was power property? Very good. Cordell, what's another property? In this problem?
Product.
And how'd you know it's product? Very good. Alright, does it matter what property we do first?
No. Well, yes.
Yes. And I walked around, a lot of y'all don't have this written down in your notes. I don't write this up here for me, I promise. I write this up here for y'all because, like I just asked, does it matter what property we do first? And y'all said no, but it does matter. Product or power property always first. So David, tell me how to rewrite this using power property. Very good. And I'm going to write this the same. So the 3 you can just move out front becomes the exponent of just this one because that's the only one that the 3 is in front of. And then Michael, tell me how to rewrite it using product property from here. Say that one more time.
X
To the 3rd y. Very good. And that's it. So when you multiply these together, like numbers, you can multiply like 2 times 3. But these, you just leave it as x cubed y when you multiply them together. Any questions on that one? Alright, now let's go backwards. Oh, one more thing. Can you write this as a single logarithm like we've been doing?
No.
Tell me why.
They don't have the same power.
Good. Not power.
Base.
Bases. Good. That's important. So on a test, if they have different bases, you put cannot combine or cannot solve. They have to have the same base in order for us to write it as a single logarithm. Alright, next one. Now we're given one single logarithm and we have to expand it. So let me show you. We are given ones that look like this now. And we're going to write it as 2 or 3 or however many logarithms. We're going to break it up. So tell me the property that's going on number 4. Quotient, because there's what involved? Very good. So we are going to write them as 2 separate logarithms, and what's going to be in between them if it's quotient? A subtraction sign. Good. All right. Does the base change, the 4? Nope. It's going to be log 4 of minus. That's it. So this time we're giving a single logarithm. We're splitting it up using properties. Let's do one more together. Y'all pick one. 5, 6, or 7? 6. Okay. Oops. How many properties do you see? Tell me the first one. Quotient. We knew it was power because of the 2. We knew it was quotient because of division. Now, on the first ones we had to do what property first if there was multiple ones? Good. And this one we're going to do power last. So when we're going from single to expand, like on these, we're going to do power last. That's important. If you don't copy it down and you ask me about this later, I'm not going to tell you. Not because I'm being mean, but I want you to copy this down. So we're doing what property first? Quotient. How can I do that? Tell me how you think it would look. Log 2. Y. Y what? Squared. Good. Minus. Log 2. 3 squared. Good. And the reason why this squared goes to both of these is why? The parentheses. So the y is being squared, and so is the 3. Now we can use the power property. So where's this 2 going to go in front of the y? Yes, so 2 log 2 what? Minus. Very good. That's it. Do we need to do another one together, or are y'all comfortable with this? Comfortable? Go ahead and do 5 and 7 on your own.
Are you serious?
Alright, let's start going over these. Ashton, tell me one property that you used on number 5.
Power.
Good, because of the 4. Dalton, tell me another property we had to use on this one. Good, because they're being multiplied together. Which one do we have to use first? Product. Alright. Carolina, tell me the 2 things that are being multiplied together. Alright, somebody help her out. 3 and R what? Yes. Alright. Some of y'all thought that like the 4 is something that's being multiplied by another term, but 4 is a what? Exponent. So it's not being multiplied by anything. This 3 and this R is what we're splitting up. Okay, so Malachi, tell me how to do the product property first.
Log 5, 3 plus 4.
Before that, I know what you're doing, but it'd be log 5R to the 4th. We haven't done the power property yet. But does everybody see what I'm talking about? The 3 and the R to the 4th, but we multiply together, so that's what you have to split up. And now, Julian, what do I do from here? Very good. Out front of this one or both of them? Just the one with the exponent, correct? So it'd be plus what? Very good. So again, the 4 is just with the R because there's no parentheses on this one. Who wants to help me with the next one? Somebody tell me their final answer. This is correct. Do I need to go over this one? Yes, I can. Alright, we're going to do product property first. I'll go through it quickly. So it's log 7a cubed plus log 7b to the 4th. And then all you do from here is move the exponents out front. Alright, so that was expanding and simplifying logarithms. Now we're actually going to use these properties to solve logarithms, which is kind of what y'all have been doing. There's only one difference. We'll do a few of them and then we'll call it a day. Alright, for this first one, y'all seen problems like this? Can we cancel out the log 6's here?
Yes. No. Yes.
The answer is no. Can one person tell me why? Yes, thank you. They're on the same side. Now, you're used to them being 1 on each side, correct? But we can turn this into a single logarithm now using properties. What property are we going to use? Product. Why? Because there's a plus sign. Good. So I could rewrite this as log 6. And what am I multiplying together? Very good. Alright, so let's go ahead and multiply these together. What's x times x? X times negative 9. Very good. Alright, now there's one logarithm on the left side, but not one on the other side, correct? Well, we can change this. We could cancel them if there was the same base on that side, on the other side, right? So let's do that. What's the base on the left side? 6, right? 6 is the base, smallest number. So let's change this to have a base of 6 on this side. But we can't just get rid of the 2, so this 2 becomes the exponent. This 2 becomes the exponent. Where did I get the 6 from? base. Where did I get the 2 from? It was already there. Good. Alright. I can't remember what it's called, like change base formula or something, the reason we can do this. But from here, this is very important, the only thing that's going to cancel now that they have the same base is the log 6, not the 6 squared. I know that's confusing. Once you have the same base, you can cancel the log. This stays the same. So now we have x squared minus 9x equals what? Which is, what should we do from here? Subtract 36. Good. So we can factor. Go ahead and think of what are factors of negative 36 that could add together to be negative 9. Negative 12 and 3. Very good. Now to solve, we set these equal to what? So we have x equals 12 and x equals. Only thing, we have to make sure we don't have negative logs. Okay? So let's plug them in separately, kind of out loud together. If I plug in 12 right here, would that give me a positive log? Yes. What's 12 minus 9? So that one works. Alright, if I plug in negative 3, that gives me log 6 of negative 3. Is that okay? Nope. So just 12. Say that again? Because we can't take log of negative numbers. It's just undefined. Just like you can't divide by 0. Alright, one more together. Let's look at number 9. This time we do have logs on both sides, but again, it has to be 1 on each side. This one only has 1, so we're okay there. This one has 2, but I can change it to 1 logarithm by using what property? Product. So I can leave log 7 the same, and then I multiply what 2 numbers? Good. What's 27 times 3? 80 what? 1. Now on this side, I could, if it was log 7, log 7. What's messing us up? The 2. But I can change this and move it where?
To the backup.
To the exponent. Okay, make it x squared. So I can change this to log 7x squared using the power property. Now there's log 7 on both sides, right? So I can do what? Cancel them. X squared equals 81, so x equals or negative 9. But is the negative 9 going to work? We sure? But isn't this the same thing as negative 9 squared? What's negative 9 squared? Positive 81. They both work. So it's kind of tricky. You got to check for that. Any questions on this? 10 and 11. Homework. 2 problems. Let's do on Friday.